They really named the city of Derry Airport after Commander Aisling Lotus, eh? Yes, you did not know that? No, you made the reservations, remember? Fits perfectly if you ask me. I think it is a great honor. Aisling Lotus was a real hero. I think we do not know of half the stuff that lady did during her career. It will all be classified for the next 10, maybe 50 years. Well, what we do know is more than enough to get her name on the airport in the city she was born in. She deserves her own memorial in Westminster Abbey. There's an ad for that tour of the Lotus family bar in Columbarium. That'd be nice to see. No time. The only flight from Dubai to Londonderry was late, and we have to be in Belfast by 8 tomorrow. Rats. Oh well. Better luck next time. Wow, they really upgraded the place. Looks brand new. Indeed. It used to be served by domestic flights and flights to the UK. Now stuff is coming in from New York, St. Petersburg. Well, that was quite a trip through the airport. Well, that was quite an experience inside. All those portraits of those fighter aircraft that she flew. Little children paintings thanking her for her service. And that huge golden statue of hers. Right, here comes a taxi. So this is the right place? Where are we? Oh, but we are closer. Excuse me, sir. Do you know where the Aisling Lotus Memorial Museum is?
Yes, it's right over there.
Ah, I thought as much.
Yes. The resting place of a true hero. She was helping the Australians give Indonesia a serve, and then it all went arseways for her.
Yep, it's sad.
I'm afraid it's closed due to maintenance.
Ah, bummer. We'll have to come back another time.
Okay, well, you guys better be careful out in the night.
Why? What's happening?
That stupid British exit site is causing queer uproar from the whole area. People aren't too enthusiastic about border posts and our border and shite like that.
What a bunch of idiots.
Yes, they are quite a bunch of useless clowns anyhow.
Well, we'll be prepared.
Okay, take care.
Pojdam?
Da. Pojakali.
Krasnaya komanda na kondycja położenie.
Pytanie opozycja Seres 300 sekund. Systemy nabludenia okupacja i polityką nutter.
Mi prosto vojdem priamo.
Everyone is also in position. On your go.
Napoleon still Jabliacja priorytetem.
Хорошо. Ochodem. Pojmam zakazam.
Da, sir. Oh, shit.
Wsi komandy mobilize with test. Operacja Prashia so Slomon.
So, do we have it? You are all proper idiots. Do you not realize what this means for our diplomacy? Orders are orders, sir. Besides, it was all too easy with the possibility of a hard border. What a bunch of worthless idiots. I don't even understand why we keep sending ambassadors to the UK. There's just no getting through to them. Yes, all thanks to that pompous suka of a foreign secretary. This is going to end so badly for him, and I and my team will make sure of it. A friend from above.
Last test object.
Oh yes. Yes, I do.
Karasho, Pio Pravin Yegov Kitai Glad Dostavki. Stelka Starosheka.
Oh, you mean this?
Yes, that's the one.
I just do not like that the president ordered this to ensure a better alliance. You should have told them to go get it themselves. Oh, pussy situatius, sir.
Whatever it takes, Your Excellency.
So, this is her, huh? A heroine of Ireland and Australia. Why do you and the president have such a grudge? She actually helped our country on one occasion. We don't, but our ally does. Who is this ally? You keep talking about it.
Das Projekt des Rechte Jekataiski.
They have information that will help with Russia's influence in the Pacific. This is our end of the deal, bringing her to them.
For my end of the deal, I get guns. Lots of guns. And lots of things that go bang.
They are sick bastards.
Pashemo Pasania Nezabovno.
Tokaboy Misley, Polly. I've never seen a deceased human like this before. Let's take a look. Oh, Pekrati, don't desecrate the woman's remains further. Leave them alone, and reconsider leaving them with me. I can concoct some sort of story that does not implicate you, and the president's anger will be directed toward myself, not you.
The ends always justify the means. Many people believe that now, don't they?
I do not wish to implicate you any further, Voskhod. And I have no wish to return these things or restore that monument to herself.
You know that having these things not properly interred will result in Lotus's soul wandering the universe for all eternity. Besides, the UK will be of no concern once it leaves the European Union. I will take care of the rest.
It was much lighter than I thought it would be. Let us see what the great Wing Commander Aisling Comberth Lotus looks like after taking her last sauna bath at 1000 degrees centigrade. Oh, no, Vic. Что? Что это?
I think that it will be 9 years to the day soon. The day the sky was ripped apart and countless bolts of light rained down upon us from the heavens. During the invasion of 2010 to 2014, with further conflicts going all the way into 2018, Australia was faced with destruction at the hands of the alien force. The war raged on for 4 years, developing, changing, and intensifying all the way. With so many resources destroyed, the need for a miracle to the people was overpowering. In the aftermath, Queensland needed a hero in the face of drought and floods and war. Something to bring energy and power to the stricken areas. Something to help us rebuild for a new tomorrow. Then we had a new idea. Sky Phoenix, a space-based solar power plant. The concept of collecting solar power in outer space and distributing it to the Earth. Development of Sky Phoenix began in 2017 when our team came together. We were the select few for such a daring new project. 2 years later, the project sees the light of day. This was our team. First, there was me, James Byrne. I saw many conflicts and adventures in the time of the invasion, from the home front to the front lines to the new horizons beyond. Then I served in the Iron Wars and watched history unfold once more. But just recently, I helped defend against the nationalist insurgencies no less than a week ago. In the midst of all this, I managed to graduate with a Diploma of Aviation Theory at Central Queensland University. Jules Idris was one of my friends in the Royal Civil Air Patrol. Serious as he was studious, Jules was born in Kenya and raised in England. He worked as a pilot for several African national parks, finding missing elephants and attacking poachers. He moved to Australia last year and began his RCAP career. Today, he studies at Griffith University. 19-year-old Roland Koch was from New Orleans, graduating from high school with a stratospheric grade point average, and was accepted to the team during his 4-year scholarship. He and I were close buddies. He was a freshman attending a College of Electrical Engineering, specializing in computer and microchip design and programming.
Amelia McClanahan of the University of Edinburgh.
A water skiing left her paralyzed from the waist down when she was younger, so academics became a large part of her life. It didn't stop her from keeping her weight down by using a wheelchair to get around and competing in adaptive sport. She is an astrophysicist and electrical engineering student, specializing in directed energy projects. Jodie Cavendish was from the Queensland University of Technology, studying mechanical engineering with a specialty in advanced materials and nanotechnology. She gained a fair amount of publicity when it was her team of astronomers that discovered the approaching Orpheus asteroid, and they gave us the date of its collision. That provided us enough time to counter and destroy it in the long run. She was also the niece of Sir Eric Cavendish, the founder of the Pacifica Group. And the leader of our project was Harry Steiner, PhD, Professor of Aerospace Engineering at the University of North Dakota, and more recently the University of New South Wales. Born, raised, and educated in Houston, Texas, Steiner did nothing unprofessionally, whether it was bicycle racing, giving lectures, or writing and presenting yet another paper on another breakthrough in the world of aerospace science.
Good afternoon, folks. How's everyone doing? Very good, sir.
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good, sir.
Good afternoon, Professor.
First off, great news. The space elevator's in business.
It sure is. As a leader in space development, Uncle Sam's covering the investment costs for it. They say its solar power production is providing much needed energy to help reconstruction efforts across Indonesia. The country's welcomed the proposal and begin building this cool space elevator.
Oh yes, yes it has. And already our Prime Minister has gone for a ride in it.
To be honest though, I think we just need to keep a bit of a close eye on it. Anyway. Okay, so the Sky Phoenix is growing ever more complete. We have a prototype module ready. The prototype? You talking about this big guy right here?
That's the one, sir. The collecting satellite will convert solar energy into electrical energy on board, powering a microwave transmitter or laser emitter, and transmit this energy to the rectenna on Earth's surface.
Sadly, I couldn't get a defensive laser deal with anybody. The government was pretty high-strung on that detail.
The delivery is going to start in a few days. We're proceeding with the original plan.
Yep, those fancy S-14 shuttles are ready to take flights worth of cargo to the construction point.
We'll use a lot of the equipment that's already aboard Archangel Space Station for this project, because it already has a lot of the beam control hardware, capacitors, and aiming systems we need for the Mesa.
You were always a good planner, Jim. Jules, how's the ground part going? The Earth-based rectenna currently consists of many short dipole antennas connected via diodes. Microwave broadcasts from the satellite will be received in the dipoles with about 85% efficiency, maybe more. With a conventional microwave antenna, the reception efficiency is better, as I theorized, but its costs and complexity are considerably greater, but nothing we can't manage. The current rectennas are 300 meters across. Cool. The program is still in the budget, but the new partnership with Skymasters has given us the big boost we hoped it would.
With Pacifica Galactic and Japan Space Agency having our backs, we'll get this baby in the air in no time.
Pacifica Galactic. What would we do without your uncle, Jody?
Everyone we approached is on board, except for the New Zealand team, who's run into financial issues. Captain Valroso sadly won't be joining us anymore. Bummer.
This is some damn good work, boys and girls. We've been waiting a long time for this moment. Needless to say, however, the program is gaining a few critics. Yep, my thoughts exactly.
Still the same news. The Greens are having a fit over it, and so are parts of the Labour Party. It's those Queensland senators. The Herbert MP and Greens leaders are leading the charges.
Strange time for the Prime Minister to push for the militarization of space.
Well, when you think of it, we are working with Sky Masters, the company who produces space weapons. Sky Phoenix can easily be interpreted as some kind of killer death ray. Let me take care of the publicity. We're still working on a solution to make this sound better to the press. For now, we just created a quantum leap in both solving a crisis and exploring the final frontier. I'll drink to that tonight, folks. Well, Australia is definitely counting its successes and looking forward to adding more, especially regarding the failure of Cape York and Christmas Island in their space enterprises.
This is coming off the heels of the Second Iron War. It will sound like a promising future, and a good step forward in the right direction after all the calamities Oceania had to endure recently. Let's make sure it remains that way.
Thanks for the update, people. I'll keep you posted.
So, what are you guys up to?
So, Jim, looks like we're going to have another get-together. I'll come round in the Cessna to pick you up.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea, Jules.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. I'll see you guys there. It'll be nice to meet up again, that's for sure.
Cool. See you there.
She was a friend from the Raider Squadron, one of the people who worked under Colonel Holland in the Ghost Wing. She was one of the co-pilots as we flew a squad of advanced F-111 bombers into Indonesia during the Second Iron War, currently training to be a space jockey under Lieutenant Horatio's teachings. Should be fun for her. There is much change to commence over the next few days. With the invasion over and the threat of the Iron Wars diminished, ISAF is evolving into a new force, a peacekeeping and military force comprised of air, land, and sea units under authority of the United Nations. Their current area of operations remains to be the Pacific Ocean, providing security not only to the major nations, but also the smaller island chains within. This is where I currently stay for Sky Phoenix and RCAP work. It's owned by an old squadron mate of mine, Chris Windhover. As nice as it is here, it just doesn't feel the same as being near the team. Distance education does have its ups and downs, as I experienced all the time at CQU.
If you do not resist, I will make this as painless as possible.
What are you doing? Are you trying to rob me? I don't have anything!
But rest assured, you found your final destination.
Eto bilo Porsche Senatula. Stovi Orje Dali Ordmania Isa.
Da besi eti tabliki e alkohol. Opredelenie stovi eto. Wiegle delo kak na szasne. Slušaj i... Stój tam, broskotec! Durak. Что это? Турмо! Что это еще? Это может быть такое?
What is happening?
Byrne, are you alright?
What? Who are you?
Come on, we're gonna get you out of here. Gotta get you to safety.
Chris? What are you doing?
Come on, I'm not gonna carry your fat backside. Let's get moving.
Okay, I'm going.
Avoid contact and avoid control.
Get inside.
Okay, I'm in.
Let's go, come on. Where are we going? Shut the hell up, Byrne. We're still in the middle of a populated area. Passerbys can hear you.
I can't leave. I've got work to do.
You want to live, Byrne? If you do, you can't go back there.
I've got to. I have a project that could put an orbiting solar plant into operation within a few more...
My objective is to get you to safety, and that's what I will do.
What's going on, Captain?
Surveillance.
You're watching the house? Or me? Those guys sounded Russian.
They are.
Who are they?
Former Federal Security Bureau agents. Working for an intelligence officer with an official posting as a deputy air attaché in Canberra, with diplomatic credentials. He reports directly to the Russian president. He was on the East Coast recently.
The Russian president?
Absolutely.
What do they want with me?
We're not sure, but he's on some sort of campaign against the Iron War aces. He had agents break into Ashling's crypt and steal her urn.
What? When did this happen?
Last Saturday morning.
How did they identify me?
You're not going to believe this, but they hacked the records of your high school somehow.
My gosh. Are my classmates okay?
Yes, we think they're safe.
Safe like me? Those guys had guns and they got into the house in the middle of nowhere. They said they'd kill me.
They tried to make it look like an accident, a drug overdose. They were sloppy. We detected them a couple days ago. We haven't detected anyone around your colleagues. They might not know that about them, or they might not be targets.
Who's we, Captain? The Strike Force? ASIO? ASIS?
No.
Who do you work for?
Aisling belonged to several private organizations before she took over as Sky Masters. Those organizations did contract work for the government and other entities, using some new technologies and weapons systems designed for the military.
Yep, like the bush rangers and CIDs. The CID is one heck of a machine. We should be making more of them.
The power gets to you. A friend of mine, General John Garrett, got drunk on it and it killed him. They ordered me to do missions with the CID and bushranger outfits, and we were successful, but I could see how the power was affecting me. I know exactly what happened out on Learmonth. She and my pathetic brother disregarded the safety of their unit and even their own people at Exmouth to strike back at the coalition. Why? Because they had a bomber and weapons, and he decided on his own to use them. It was nothing but a 1-2 punch.
The coalition gave up right after the strike, didn't they?
Some Indonesian and military civilian leaders staged a counter coup during the attack. The Americans could easily have done it without your counterattack. It was a coincidence.
I guess you're the expert. Who do you work for?
I'm not here to answer a bunch of questions, Byrne. My orders were to intercept the hit team and keep you safe. That's it.
I'm not leaving, Captain. I've got a lot of work to do.
I don't give a rat's ass. My orders are to keep you safe.
Orders? Whose orders? If you're not going to answer, then I'll speak to your boss. But I can't leave. I just started. What happened to your face? Haven't seen it since the last war.
None of your business.
You've been spying on me for who knows how long, and I can't ask you one lousy personal question? I think you were on the ground for too long.
Last year's Battle of Northern Territory. You've heard of it, I assume?
Sarcasm, Captain? It doesn't suit you. And it's inappropriate. Thousands were killed.
Command planned and executed the counterattack. I was the last of my team gathered on the front line.
Oh, shit. You mean the area that was hit by the bioweapon? The alien bioweapon?
Obviously, I didn't get a lethal dose of poisoning. I was wearing bushranger battle armor. But I had the greatest exposure to this chemical of anyone. 47 survivors from that underground shelter died from sickness over months. It's just taking a bit longer for me.
My God, Captain, I'm sorry. The pain must be terrible.
Now look who's the expert. Alright, wake up. This is it.
Really? This place?
Yep. Follow me. Don't deviate. RNS's base of operations here.
Why not just use one of our military bases?
Too high profile for someone like them. If you're supposed to know any more, you'll be told. Take a seat. We should be expecting our visitors.
Ah, Mr. James Byrne, I don't believe we've met. I don't think so, sir. But I know you. General Radley Langham, the first ever pilot of ISAF.
Well, it is a pleasure to finally meet you face to face once again.
It is nice to meet you, sir, but
Now I'm even more confused. I don't blame you one bit, son. Things are happening fast and people are scrambling to keep up. Then this incident with you in Townsville popped up, and we had to react. How's your head, son? Or rather, how are you after that shot?
yeah, it's fine.
Good. I of course asked the captain what we should do when we detected the break-in, and he said extract you. I said yes, and so he did. He's extremely effective at things like that.
I don't see what he did, but I'm here, so I guess he must be. If the captain works for you, sir, then can you tell me what's going on? He hasn't taught me a thing.
He wouldn't tell you anything even if he had a car battery weighed to his testicles, son. Neither would any of the men in the station. I guess I'm the head honcho of this outfit, but I don't really run it. She does.
She? She who?
Her.
A CID. It looks brand new. New design, too.
It's the first unit of a new model CID force we plan on deploying. This one's optimized for air combat.
Cool, but who's in it?
Hi, James. It's me, Ashley.
My God. Aisling, is it you? You're alive? You're alive!
Yes, my friend. It's okay. It's good to see you again.
But I don't get it, Aisling. They told me you had died of injuries.
I did die, James. When they pulled me from the fighting thunderbolt back in RWF Kirkland, I was clinically dead, and everyone knew it, and that's the word that was passed around. But after you and the other crew members were evacuated to Darwin, they loaded me onto an ambulance and started resuscitation, and I made it back.
But how?
President Langham found me a couple of days after the attack. Sky Masters could still track me through the subcutaneous data link. Langham was monitoring all of Sky Masters' activities in region and had a plane sent to Byrne to collect intelligence and data on the attack. They eventually found me and secretly spirited me off.
But why the CID? That was Colonel Joe Torres's idea. Aisling was in critical condition and not expected to survive the flight back to Townsville. My aircraft that evacuated her had very few medical staff and no surgical or trauma care equipment. But it did have a cybernetic infantry device on board to help with the rescue and recovery on Learmonth. Joe said the CID could help a victim breathe and control his other bodily functions until they made it to a hospital. Torres didn't know that the victim was Aisling.
Then you're okay now, Aisling, right?
I'm afraid not. I can't survive outside the CIT.
You're going to stay inside there? Forever?
I could possibly survive, James, but I'd definitely be on assisted breathing and heartbeat and probably in a vegetative state. I didn't want that. I didn't want to be a burden for years, maybe decades, until they had the technology to heal me, or until I died. I was awake, functioning, and up and moving, outside. I'd be in a coma, on life support. I had the choice. Stay on life support, pull the plug, or stay in the CID. I decided I'd rather stay inside, where I could be of some service.
What about the memorial service? The urn? The death certificate? No one except Torres thought putting an injured person in the CID would work for more than a few days at most. Once we got back, we tried several times to remove her from the CID so we could get her into surgery. Every time we tried, she arrested. It was like her body didn't want to leave it.
I was pretty messed up too. I saw the pictures. There wasn't much left of me.
So what are you saying? You're being healed by the CID? How can that work?
Not healed, more like sustained. The machine can monitor my body and brain, deliver oxygen, water, and nutrients, handle waste, and control the interior environment. It can't fix me. I might get better over time, but no one knows. But I don't need a healthy body to pilot the machine or employ its weapons.
You mean you're just a brain? A brain operating a machine?
I'm alive. It's me in here. It's your friend. The body is messed up, but it's still me. I control this machine, just like you did back in Malkara. The only difference is that I can't just dismount when I want to. I can't get out and be a regular woman. That part of my life was destroyed by Strigoi fighters' cannon shells. But I'm still me. I don't want to die. I want to keep on working to defend our country. If I have to do it from inside this thing, I will. If my friends can't see my face anymore, then that's the penalty I get for accepting life. It's a gift and a penalty I happily accept.
I think I get it, Aisling. I mean, I'm happy that you're alive. It's you I don't get, Langham. I run a private organization that performs high-tech intelligence, counterintelligence, surveillance, and other high-risk operations. I'm always looking for personnel, equipment, and weapons to perform our job better. That's a heroine you're talking about. You're starting to sound like some kind of Dr. Frankenstein mad scientist. That's enough! You watch your mouth in front of our leader!
Easy, James. I know this is a lot to process.
You watch your mouth in front of a general! Stand down, Viper. As I said, all the doctors we spoke with didn't expect Aisling to make it. I really didn't know what to tell Parliament, you, your comrades, hell, what to tell the whole world. So I suggested to Supreme Commander Halley, we don't tell anyone that Aisling was still alive inside the CID. We had the memorial service in Townsville. When Aisling passed, which we believed truly was imminent, we'd earn her remains for real, and the legend of Aisling Lotus would finally be put to rest. Why tell us now? So many of us believe somebody that we deeply admire is dead. Several reasons. First, the enemy stole Aisling's cremation urn. We have to assume they opened it and found it empty. We never dreamt that anyone would ever steal it. And we thought it was going to be a short time before it was needed, so unfortunately, we didn't put anyone else's remains in it. And second?
The Russians came after you. That was the last straw for me. We can talk more on the plane on our way back. Let's load up.
I'm about to finish the lab project that landed the engineering department a big grant from Sky Masters Aerospace. I can't just leave. I'm leading a big research and development team, and they're all counting on me.
I understand, Byrne, but if you return to Townsville, you'll be too exposed and vulnerable. We can't risk your safety. I asked that you be pulled out. I know it'll be a complete disruption of your life, but we just don't know how many Russian agents or could be involved. The president is just as crazy as Project 9, and he could be sending in dozens of his teams. I'm sorry. We'll put you in protective custody, build you a new identity, send you someplace to finish your education.
No way. We have to figure out another way. Unless you hog-tie me and throw me in the back of your cool cargo plane there, I'm going back, even if I have to hitchhike.
It's too dangerous. I need you to...
I'm not afraid. Now that I know what's going on, at least a little bit more than what I knew just a couple hours ago, I'll be more careful. Sounds like a damn Strike Force ace to me. Alright, what are you going to do now? Looks like the immovable object has met the irresistible force.
Captain.
Yes, ma'am.
meet with James and your team and come up with a resolution to this dilemma. Report back to me as soon as possible.
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like we're staying here for the foreseeable future. There's a motel not far from here with a restaurant. I'll have Colleen get you rooms and send you the info. Have one of the men bring back some food for Byrne, please.
But what are you gonna do? You can't check into a motel.
I'll be staying here tonight.
Well, lovely. My plane is landing. As soon as it taxis over, I'm going back to Cairns to sleep in my own bed for a change. You can work out the details of how to deal with the others, Commander. My ride has arrived. I wish you all well. Keep me advised. Yes, sir. Good night, all.
Pull up a chair. I can't wait to start getting caught up.
I am Jack Raiden, Commander of the Space Defense Force. I sit aboard the Archangel space station, flying high in the heavens. It was built by ISAF to be Earth's guardian angel against possible invaders from another world. Now, though, it was used to save Earth from its own offspring. The new space elevator was offering a promise of the new world. Today, the Australian Prime Minister, along with his best ambassador and the project director, took a ride up to the top. There waiting was the first space shipyard, basically. The Prime Minister was elated, vowing to further continue his nation's journey into the stars. Unfortunately, this bore resentment from Russia, China, and the Aussie opposition. It's at times like this that I'm glad I spend a lot of time up here. All that political discourse, all that mishmash lies down below me. And waiting above is an endless frontier.
Hey, Commander, you might want to come look at this. What's happening? We've got suspicious aircraft over the Yellow Sea right now. They're heading right for Korea.
Last year, after decades of hostility, a second Korean War saw the fall of the North and reunification by the South. Sturmovik squadrons and a few brave American aviators prevented the subsequent conflict with China from escalating into a nuclear showdown. Now Sturmovik and his men have left for the stars, but the assets they leave behind still guard the nation, with just as equal valor. Nevertheless, the newfound serenity was never to last.
Whoa, I got something on radar. What is it? A flight of large contacts over the Yellow Sea. Radar signature is Xi'an H6. Sound the alarm!
Chinese bombers are inbound on this airbase. I want all available units to scramble now. I repeat, all available units scramble now. Chinese bombers are inside the territory.
We should have known. The People's Republic of China, growing ever more furious with the United States' actions, has taken matters into their own hands. Was the militarization of space the final straw?
We're sending ducks down here. Get those planes in the sky, now! Magician flight, you're cleared for immediate takeoff. It's a hell of a welcoming party, especially for you, rookie. But we have faith in you. Good luck.
The Second Pacific War has begun.